It's that time again. We have another and well, final for this year, Mercury Retrograde. And of course, we have to talk about Mercury Retrograde in the sign of its one of its not so favourite placement in the sign of Sagittarius. No shade to my Sagittarians. You know I love you guys. However, Mercury doesn't do that great here. It acts really differently. And so we have a double whammy. This ending of the chapter and story of 2025. What a year it's been. All planets changing signs. Of course, 2025, the 9 year, the year of many endings, fresh new beginnings, culmination points, and of course, let's talk about it. Mercury, the planet of communication, is stationed and going retrograde. Planet of communication, Henny. I've spoken a lot about this on my TikTok channel. So if you haven't already done so, make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram. It's Magnetic Manifesting, where we talk all things astrology, all things tarot, spiritual, woo-woo, tapping, all of it to make sure you are fully equipped with all the astro and spiritual know-how to navigate your absolute best life. So let's get into it. So where are we? So actually, if you want to get really technical, and you know I love to do that, the planet of communication shadow already began in October. So we've started to feel the effects of the retrograde happening already wherever you have Scorpio and Sagittarius within your birth chart, because actually the retrograde shadow started in October the 6th. Let's look at my notes. Yeah, October the 16th, right? And this was at 22 degrees of Scorpio. Yeah, so when a planet goes into shadow, it starts to slow down. Right, it starts to slow down, and this is why when we talk about retrograde, it's like, oh, people say the planet is moving backwards in the sky. It's not actually moving backwards. It might appear to do so, but actually it's just slowing down. It's slowing down its orbit. It's closer to Earth, right? So when the planet of movement, travel, how we speak, how we interact, how we think, our ideas start to slow down. Well, you can imagine things such as communication, you know, become more challenging, more difficult. Mercury tends to rule things like, our emails, WhatsApp groups, group chats, DMs, all that stuff, secrets and gossip, especially in Scorpio too, right? Scorpio loves to find out information. I'm not saying Scorpio is a gossip like Gemini's. Scorpios are the detective. And so during this transit, I wouldn't be surprised if secrets are revealed, shocking news comes about, especially because Uranus is moved back into Taurus. Why is that important? Because Uranus going back into Taurus, Uranus shock surprises, endings and beginnings, opposing, it's the opposition, which means it's standing opposite in the sky from from Scorpio, right? And this is at 29 degrees. This is at 29 degrees. The shadow starts at 22 degrees. You do the maths. Maths is mathsing. They're opposing each other already, right? And not only that, so the actual retrograde itself is going to be stationing around the 8th and 9th of November, depending on where you are in the world, right? At 5 degrees Sagittarius. And so, if you have planets around 5 degrees, especially Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, and Pisces, you will feel this the most. Okay, and I like to do I'd say you can say 10 degrees of separation, but I use 8 degrees and sometimes even less than that. But if we can talk about a wide orb, right? So if you're talking about orbs, I'd say if you have planets around 0 degrees Sagittarius all the way to 10 degrees, 15 degrees, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, the aspects around there, you're going to feel, and house clusters, you'll feel this, right? Um, and also, let's not forget Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo too, because you guys will be feeling this after the first 2 weeks of the retrograde. Will be focusing on Sagittarian area of your chart, and the last couple of weeks of the retrograde will be focusing on I'd say the first week and second week will be focusing on Scorpio themes, because the planet Mercury will be going back into dipping all the way back to 22 degrees where it started its journey in Scorpio. And Scorpio at 22 degrees is the degree. 22 is a fatalistic analytic degree in astrology. Some people say it's to kill or be killed. I'm not saying people are going to get killed, but it's not quite fatalist. It's quite dramatic, right? Especially Scorpio as well. Scorpio rules things like the shadow, doing the inner work. So it could be like secrets, like I said already, secrets being revealed, but also things like doing the inner healing. So it could be like, oh, that thing that I thought that wasn't, I'm not getting on my nerves anymore, or that thing that I thought I already overcome and worked through. Well, something has happened to trigger that again. I was speaking to someone today actually about how healing is not linear, and sometimes something can come into your stratosphere that can re-trigger old wounds. And so with that 22 degrees, especially in Scorpio as well, it's like hidden stuff. It's like it can be like the conversation that you haven't had yet, and it's like, okay, I'm about to have that conversation. you know. Um, some things that will happen during Mercury retrograde, which is not indicative to Scorpio or Sagittarius, just the retrograde in general. All right, it's about reflection, especially this time of year as well. We're coming towards the end of the year. It's about reflection. What have I been doing? Reworking stuff. Actually, what's no longer working. Before the retrograde officially starts, we do have a full moon also. In the same sign. We also will have Mars moving into Sagittarius. This is really important because Mars and Mercury will be in the house of Sagittarius. Mars, fire, passion, being direct, bold, and blunt as well. Bold and blunt. One of the things that make you retrograde is not being able to get your words out properly. So I'm human just like you. All right. But yes, so Mars is also moving into Sagittarius too, right? So, honey, Mars has been at home in Scorpio for a minute, right? I feel like everyone's been enjoying this because it's been very passionate, right? Also, it can be very combative. I've noticed Mars and Scorpio brings a lot of people can just get really sick as well, right? Because Mars can rule illness too, inflammation, that sort of stuff. And one of the things to combat that is to wear red, right? Eat red foods. Watch my Scorpio Mars video for all that information. But yeah, so Mars is moving from its home sign, from its kingdom, where it's most powerful, into Sagittarius. Right? It's in Sagittarius, a fire sign. It's going to amp up the fire. All right, it's going to amp up that drive, that determination to go after what you want, to to go forward fearlessly, sometimes recklessly too. So there is that balance of, okay, I'm all for like throwing caution to the wind. I'm more a fan of taking inspired action. Capricorn moon, right? So okay, I'm still going to be like crazy and carefree, but let me just get a plan together first, right? Because actually, I do need to know some things, but not all of them. You know what I mean? Whereas Mars and Sagittarius is like, I don't need to know the details. This is what I want to do. I'm doing me, and f everybody. Right, and Mercury here too is a bit like that as well. I always say, if you don't want, before I continue my Sagittarius rampage, I have only seemed to have dated Sagittarius risings, Sagittarius suns, Sagittarius moons. All my close circle have been like Sagittarius people. So I love you guys, literally. I even had my life partner be Sagittarius stellium, right, including their sun sign. So, and I have my Sagittarius Lilith in Sagittarius too. So, as well as a few other planets as well. So, and my community and my house of communication is ruled by Sagittarius. So, Henny, I can be privy to this as well, right? Where we will definitely say what we think, and not always care about the aftermath of that. I have a stellium in Libra, so I feel like my words are can be my critique can be delivered with some Libra finesse. However, Mercury in Sagittarius does not give a shit about hurting anyone's feelings. I always say, if you don't want your feelings hurt, never ask a Sagittarius for the truth. And so this shadow period is like, people are just gonna say whatever the first thing that comes into their heads, right? It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild, right? Mercury in itself, especially in retrograde, shall we say? Mercury retrograde, shall we say? Right? Mercury retrograde, yeah, is classic, and I think it's a really bad rep actually, but classic for miscommunication. right? So, like, with every best intention, people are not going to hear you. You know what I mean? They're going to hear what they want to hear. So just be mindful of that. Tech hiccups, you know, like you don't want to be sending those nudes to people. So make sure you've got those protected in your hidden folder. Um, Sending the wrong. I remember sending like the sending someone a wrong picture. Delays. You know, delays in travel. I was speaking to someone recently. I said, look, you're going to somewhere new today, so make sure you allow more time. All right, if you're going to the airport, allow more time. All right, if you're one of my clients, they went to the airport a few days ago. They were turned away because their passports were out of date. Right, they had like 6 months on their passport, and they need 10 months or something like that, right? To the to the way they were going to just check on that. I just switched my flights recently, and I've literally triple checked those emails with a fine tooth comb. The last retrograde, one of my flights was delayed by like 3 hours. That was a minor thing. And I always say with travel, it's better to go somewhere. If you're going to travel during retrograde, it's great to go back to. Oh my god, I remembered something. I'll speak about it in a minute. Always go back to somewhere you would have been before. All right, it's a great time to do that. To go somewhere new, it's like throw caution. It's like roll the dice, you know. But like I said, life is always lifing, right? You have to live your life. So to be forearmed is to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Is that right? Forearm, I don't know, something like that. So expect delays, expect mix-ups. You know, I remember there was a few of us going on vacation together, different friends, and we'd all mess up, and we were supposed to go. My flight was fine. I'd arrived and I was waiting. I turned on my phone, and one of my friends' flights had been cancelled, so they couldn't come at all. You know what I mean? And that was during the retrograde. So yeah, crazy things like that will happen, and it really happened. So other things will happen as well. It's happened to me recently. I rejoined an old gym, and I used to go to, and I got back there the other day because I had like a really great offer on, and I was working out, and I bumped into somebody I hadn't seen for at least 10 years, and they never used to go to that gym either because I used to go to that gym years, and I never saw them there before, and I haven't seen them for like 10 years. So how crazy is that? How crazy is that? This is like Mercury retrograde stuff. So you'll start to hear from people, friends, acquaintances, lovers. There could be opportunities coming back as well for you to step back into like, oh yeah, does this opportunity that I've missed is going to realign for me now? All right. So these sort of things, right? And it could be like, especially if you're creative, you might be feeling like less creative blocks. It's about rewiring your thought patterns as well. You know what I mean? But yeah, some huge do's and don'ts for making retrograde is like back up your files, double check your plans. I always notice with the retrograde period, like things like you have to let me know if this happens to you too. Like my GPS will just not work. My Alexas, my Series, no, they don't want to work either. What else? What else happens? If you work with clientele, like or anything with appointments, out the window, right? Always out the window. Um, the things that I say to do is listen more than speaking during the retrograde. Okay, listen. Like I always say, there's so much power in saying nothing. So I always say to people, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Are you only listening so you can speak, or are you listening to understand? Okay, but great time to reconnect with other people. Just putting that out there. Great time to practice patience and mindfulness too. Okay, uh, if you can help it, um, try not to send impulsive messages. Says me, I sent an impulsive message to somebody, and I was like, shit, I shouldn't send that. But it's done now. It's done. You know what I mean? In that moment, I felt that. You know what I mean? And life is too short. I was like, I wanted to let somebody know exactly how I felt, like in a really positive way, actually. You know, and whether they reciprocate those emotions, or whatever, I felt like I wanted to let them know. So I did that. And this is during the shadow period. This is another Sagittarius person. So, but yeah, this is a time to count to 10 or sleep on it before you send a message, before you rush decisions. If you can, sleep on it, think about it next day, or you always know what's best for you, right? But if you can hold out, signing contracts, starting anything brand new. However, I've had clients who have bought houses, got married, signed contracts during the retrograde. Has it been easy? No. Was it difficult? Yes. Were there challenges? Of course. Such is life. So, seek clarity first before you assume or overreact. Yeah. And as mentioned, like if you're gonna book big travel plans, triple check everything. Triple check everything. I'm going after I finish the video today. I'm sorting out all my travel between now and the next few months. So I'm going to be going through everything with a fine tooth comb before I send over that cash, honey. So let's talk about the actual energy of Mercury within the sign. So if you have a retrograde, I find if you people who already have retrograde planets in their birth charts tend to do better with Mercury retrograde. Like one of my close friends and clients actually has a natal Mercury retrograde, and they actually do pretty great during this transit. I have a retrograde Venus. When Venus is retrograde, I actually do pretty good. But yeah, Mercury Sagittarius energy. So we touched on this already, but Mercury Sagittarius energy is like the bigger picture. It doesn't care about the details, right? Because Mercury's about the detail. Mercury rules Gemini, it rules Virgo. So you guys, Gemini Virgos, you're gonna feel this the most. Okay, you'll feel this the most. Anything that Mercury's doing, you guys always feel it. And so Mercury Sagittarius can make you super positive. So the Fool. If you do tarot, the Fool card in tarot is a bit like Mercury retrograde, like in Sagittarius, throwing caution to the wind, going to take the leap. That is great, and not knowing about the details, right? Very idealistic, optimistic, right? Which is fantastic. I think it's great if you want to launch something, future focus. Who doesn't want that? Sometimes be careful not to overpromise and overcommit to stuff. All right, because it can be miscommunication due to being really hasty. And as mentioned, people are going to be blunt AF, blunt AF. All right. Like no Mercury Sagittarius, especially retrograde, is like no filter. All right. So there is that. Um, then also actually, I think, and I've had some of my most deepest conversations and arguments with Scorpio Sagittarians, because they are the philosopher and they're so spiritual and they always want to get to the truth, right? So there is it's a great time for that. But like I said, if you are going to have these conversations with people, just know that people aren't listening. People aren't listening to each other. They just want to talk. This is very Mercury Sagittarius, just talking over each other. Then Mercury will dip back into Scorpio where it started its journey already, and then this is going from loud me. I need to tell you everything. Energy. This is how it is to going within and actually doing the investigation work and going within with your own thoughts and feelings and becoming more psychic as well. Because, like I said to you, during the transit of the Scorpio half of this retrograde, hidden truths will come to the surface, especially in the houses it occupies for you, which I'll go into later in the video. Okay. I feel like your intuition will be so much more unlocked during Mercury retrograde, right? Prolific dreams as well, downloads from the universe. Great time for shadow work. Great time for therapy, mindset rewriting, do the journaling, releasing. This is about going over stuff, right? So you can finally let it go. Healing is not, like I said to you, healing is not linear. All right, healing is not linear. Something I've learned this year is that one moment you can be okay, and something will happen, and you'll throw you back. That doesn't mean you're behind. It just means you're human. And like I say, if you have a reaction to something, that means your brain is doing its job. Because when you're having a feeling or an emotional response to to external, what's the word I'm looking for? If something's happening around you, right? External life force, whatever, external situation, then and you're having a reaction to it, well, you can respond to it to opposite react. So this is your brain just working normally, right? Um, be careful of being obsessive, suspicious, and overly intense in your speech. Okay. During the Scorpio half of this. All right. So before I continue, I always get to do this. I am Jack Scott Lee. I am your spiritual master. I am a tarot reader, astrologer, wellness spiritual coach, mindset rewirer. I'm doing all of the things to help you live your best life. So whether you want to work one-on-one with me through a birth chart reading, tarot reading, astrology, all the things, right? Hit me up. I'll leave all the links in the chat for you to book a reading with me, whether you want to do a birth chart reading with me, a tarot, or I like to combine both. I like to combine both, you know. And I also do life coaching as well. So if you want to like uplevel your life and transform your life and live your absolute best life using wellness, spirituality, therapy, tarot, astrology, all of it, let's do it, honey. I'll leave all the information in the show notes. And also as well, I have my new Decode Your Birth Chart course ready for you to download. So it's a one-time download offer of my life's work. I poured all my passion into it. It's like I think there's like 15 hours worth of video content for you to learn how to read a birth chart yourself, right? And this is like I'm going through all the houses, the signs, the aspects, the planets, what Venus in the fifth house conjunct this mean, all, literally all of it. I've got synastry on there. I do Saturn through the houses, Venus through the houses, all of it. What a Saturn return, return it. Can't even speak. Saturn return is North Node. Literally, I've done so much work on this for you guys to download. So whether you want to learn how to read astrology professionally or just for yourself, it's all on there for you. I'm just checking my microphones on because it's retrograde. I ain't taking no chances. So, alrighty, is that all for promotion? I'm just trying to think. Oh yeah, follow me, honey. Follow me on TikTok, on Instagram, YouTube, all the things. Like, subscribe, share. Help my channel grow. All right, so let's get into it. Listen out for your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign. Okay, I'm gonna put all the timestamps in the show notes in the comment section. So if you just want to click on your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising, or you want to listen to all of them. Some people I've noticed listen to all of them, and I love that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So, well, let's get into it. So, if you're an Aries, a sun, moon, and rising for you, this is going to be happening in your ninth house. Go back into your eighth house, stirring up our beliefs, because your ninth house rules things like your spirituality and what you actually truly believe about life. So you could be like, honey, what am I doing here? It's like the end of 2025. Am I happy where I am? What needs to go? Who do I need to tell about themselves? You know, it's all this sort of thing actually, especially with Aries as well. You're very much head on with like, I want to get this done. I need to do this. Sometimes you can be hard on yourself as well. The ninth house, you know, you are one of the signs that can be affected by travel plans going crazy. So make sure you check everything when it comes to your passport being in date, travel plans, vehicles. You know, getting those vehicles checked, getting the passports checked, making sure you book the right flights and hotel, all of those things, and allowing more time as well for you to get to your destination areas. Okay, because you are one of the signs who will be affected by the travel the most. Okay, one of the signs, shall we say? Um, Steering up all beliefs on travel plans, yeah. You may even consider like going back to like a course, something. Well, you know, what, I want to go back to university. I want to start with this course again. You might have to redo exams. You might have to redo some stuff. You know, I mean, this could be making retrograde sometimes can be really annoying. Where it could be, oh, I need to redo this paperwork because the that's also rules things like legalities and stuff too. So, oh, God, I'm gonna have to redo this. I need to redo that. There could be if you're waiting on like legal documentation, visas, things like that. Like expect delays. Okay, expect to go. You may need to renegotiate, reconsider your plans, basically. You know, and also the ninth house is spirituality. So it's about what do you actually believe, what spiritual beliefs. You know, you might be diving back into your spiritual practice again. You might be like, you know what, I used to do a morning practice, I don't do that anymore. So I'm going to make more time for that. You know, you may be going back to visit a country you've been to before. You know, if it's travel, I think it's a great time for you to do that. Then it'll move back into Scorpio. And when it does that, the shift will be more on finances, debt, and psychology, psychological patterns, sex, intimacy, dating, all that sort of stuff, right? And so I feel like for you guys, you know, there could be some financial things coming up for you where shit, I thought I'd sorted that out, and now I've got this bill, or I've been like overcharged or something, or watch for because this is like other people. That has like banks, institutions. So you know what? I would like make sure all your personal data is like is up to date and secure because you could be like password leaked or someone could like hack into your account and things like that. So just be mindful of those outhouse stuff. Um, there might be money OT coming back as well, which is great. Also, it could be that there could be expenses coming up for you where you have to spend money. You know, great time for reconnecting with old clients. always find with eighth house, so I work with clientele, obviously, that I have people I used to work with come back from the dead, literally. Oh yeah, I want to book in with you again. And this is like a retrograde with the eighth house, okay? Having a conversation when it comes to partners money, if you're already in an established bond, it could be like you could be like your partner's money, like, and we need to sort out your finances because your finances are messing up with mine. Or, you need to lend money to them, borrow money to them. There could be money stuff going on for them, money issues. The eighth house also rules things like loans, credit cards. What's that word? I always have to remember this word. It's inheritance, right? So this could be like coming in or having to sort it out. You know, I mean, great time to apply. I think if you're waiting for that money, like expect delays, all right, expect delays, okay. But really good time to think about what is it I want when it comes to my intimacy. When it comes to, am I having the sex I want? Am I having the intimacy that I crave? You know, having the conversations, being clear about that as well, because this is any conversation that you have are going to be miscommunications. So maybe you could like write it out first, write out what you want to say, and listen to the other person. It's not just about speaking; it's about listening too. All right, but a great time to rewrite money stories, to confront your fears around intimacy, and trust as well. You trust in your close relationships. There could be some secrets being revealed. The 8,000 transformation, 8,000 secrets. All right. You could be like less trusting at the moment because your mind is deep, especially with Scorpio energy, right? Your words carry weight, so use them wisely. Okay. Use your words to transform, not to sting. Okay. If you'd like a personal reading with me, hit me up, Yash. All right. Okay, so who is next? If you are a Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, girl, you have Mercury retrograde from the 9th. The official retrograde is the 9th. Watch the intro for all the dates, okay? The official retrograde starts on the 9th, and for you'll be your 8th house and your 7th house. These are the houses of relationships, the houses of intimacy, shared resources, sex, passion, dating, taxes, emotional entanglements. That's all. So this is a great time to renegotiate. You might be I can't say this word, renegotiating agreements when it comes to how you do money, work contracts. The eighth house not only rules your money, it rules your partner's money too. So it could be their stuff. You know, maybe they could be working through fear, their money fears, money blocks, loss of clients, loss of earnings. You know what I mean? Their values when it comes to how much they think they can receive, and you too as well, because the eighth house is intimacy. This could be like conversations to be had around intimacy, around lovers, around your spouse, for example. You know, like there could be miscommunications around that. There could be like miscommunications about sex, intimacy. There could be secrets being revealed. There could be misinformation being revealed too. So just being discerning about what you believe. You know, great time to renegotiate. You know, if you're thinking, oh, you know what, I think I deserve more than this. When it comes to love, when it comes to finance, when it comes to work, good time to renegotiate. Do it with care though, because this is retrograde actually, and you know, people don't always listen to what you have to say properly. All right. So and when Mercury goes into Scorpio, this is your seventh house. This is going to highlight relationships too. So you are one of the signs where old lovers could resurface. You know, or you could be like, you know what, I want to hit my ex. I want to text my ex. That could be you. That could be you too, right? Or they come back from the dead for you. So there is that. There is that as well. So karmic time for love and partnerships. You may reconnect. You may not. Someone up in your past wants to see you. You know, and you may even see your connection with new eyes. You know, who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? You have to do what's right for you. Whether that be rekindling an old flame, go working through things. If you're already with somebody, you could be like working through some shit that you thought you already dealt with. Well, you know what? We need to go through this again because you know I think relationships are constant work, aren't they? You know, because you constantly have to communicate, and the other person isn't psychic; they can't read your mind. You need to be open and communicative, and how you do that is how you forge that bond, isn't it? And so, yeah, there could be issues around communication when it comes to lovers, your loved ones as well. All right, because this seventh house stuff. This seventh house stuff, right? But yeah, I think that there could be opportunities coming back around for you as well when it comes to the people that you work with. It could be like a job opportunity, a business opportunity, a work contract for you to renegotiate, something to come up, something that be like, oh, you know what, that wasn't right then, but it could be right now, or it could be something coming to an end where you're thinking, I need to renegotiate my T's and C's on this. Or I want to revisit this again because actually I missed an opportunity here. People are going to be reaching out to you as well. Maybe through the DMs, people, old lovers, old flames, or you could be thinking about it. But remember as well, Mercury is retrograde. I do find that when people break up during the retrograde, they usually get back together again. And sometimes, like when you get back together with an ex after the retrograde is over, you're like the rose tinted glasses do come off. So there is that as well. So just bear that in mind. Okay. If you'd like a personal reading with me, hit me up. I'd love to read for you, whether it be birth chart astrology or tarot, or you want a 2026 forecast for the year ahead, transit reading, let me know. Okay, so if you are a Cancer, a Sun, Moon, and Rising, for you, the retrograde is going to be happening in your sixth and fifth house. So it's starting in sixth house, the house of your day-to-day habits, your work routines, your pets, the people that you employ, where you work, your daily routines, your habits, your rituals, the things you do all of the time is your sixth house, right? The house of help to and being of service. Going back into your fifth house of creativity and dating, sex, passion, money, good luck, good fortune, inner child, children. All right. So you're the sign I'd say to you, you need to take more time when it comes to go. So say I always go to this gym, or I always go to, I always take a certain route to work, or I always, I take my dogs out in the morning, I go to work, I go to my coffee place, I go to whatever you're doing, whatever your day-to-day routine is. It's like, okay, is this, first of all, take more time, take more care, because there's going to be like, oh, the road that I normally take is closed because they're doing work, they're doing roadworks. Or they've like, there's going to be loads of traffic all the time, or the lights are right, or they're digging a pothole. There's going to be like chaos when it comes to your day-to-day routines, okay? And also, it's the right time to review shit. It's like, actually, I always do things a certain way. Is this actually beneficial to my time? Am I paying for a gym membership when I go to? Am I ordering takeout every night when I could just easily cooking something more healthy? So I'm reviewing your habits. Because the sixth house can be your downfall and your enemies too. So this could be like people sliding into your DMs to give you grief, you know. But really great time to take a step back and retreat and be like, you know what, I want to take some time for me because I've been doing all of the things. Actually, I've been spreading myself too thinly. Am I making the best use of my time? Am I making best use of my resources? Then the Mercury slide back into and also your because this rules your pets too. Like you just make sure your appointments are up to date when it comes to your pets, your doctor, your dentist, all that sort of thing, right? Work commitments, make sure you do all those too. Okay. Miscommunication at work. If you haven't backed up your files, honey, they're going to be gone. Make sure if you're don't be gossiping about people at work, see, because it will come back and bite you, especially during the retrograde. Sixth house, 10th house, all that sort of stuff is like, don't be chatting people's business at work because they are gonna find out. All right. Secrets being revealed because then it'll be back into your fifth house. The fifth house is all to do with dating too. So again, you are one of the signs where you'd be like, you know what? I want to text my ex. I want to text my ex. Well, they might be texting you, or they're gonna slide into your DMs. So there is that, and this is about pleasure. This is about fun. This is about sex, frivolous dating is the fifth house. Unfinished business when it comes to love. You could be like Netflix and chilling with your old boo again. It's like, hey, remember me? What are you doing at 2 in the morning? Old lovers resurfacing. Okay, unfinished business. Also, the fifth house was creative projects too. So it could be like, you know what? I started, for me, for example, I've been painting my birth chart. So I forgot about I had to put it on the back burner for doing other things. I'm getting back into painting my birth charts again. So if that's something you want to do, or want from me, let me know because I love to paint birth charts. All right, so there's that. And I forgot I'm doing that now. The retrograde is back in. I'm a Cancer North Node, so I kind of have this energy. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I want to go back into that again. You know what I mean? So this is like old passion projects, reigniting those again. Going back to your dance class again, or things that you do for fun, revisiting those again. All right, allowing your inner child to do the things. Right, are you honoring your inner child? So it's about reconnecting with that again as well, reconnecting with your inner child, reconnecting with having fun, and if you have children in your life too, to having fun with them as well. Are you have making time for that? Because actually, we are all little children in our adult bodies, just having you know adult experiences where none of us know what we're doing. So it's about actually we're here to enjoy life and have fun. And the more we can do that and raise our vibration, the more our manifestations come in. Okay. So enjoy that, honey. Enjoy that. If you want a personal reading with me, hit me up in the DMs. I'll leave all the information in the show notes. I love if you'd like to subscribe and share. And yeah, if you want a 2026 transit reading with me, please contact me to do so. All right. All right. So Leo, rising sun and moon, Mercury retrograde. I actually forgot to do your full moon videos. I'm so sorry about that. So let's go in and we're going to do an even gorgeous Mercury reading for you. So, guys, for you, Mercury retrograde, 9th of November, stationing, right? This is the epicenter of it. We're going to have the retrograde starting in the fifth house, right? The fifth house, going back into your fourth house. So for you, the fifth house is about, first of all, the fifth house is your actual house. Leo rules the fifth house in the wheel. This is about fun, your inner child, creativity, passion, sex, dating, all that fun stuff, right? Romance, good luck, good fortune, Leo shit. This is your house, honey. Um, you are one of the signs where there could be some miscommunication happening around romance. All right, you may hear from an old flame. You may be like, "Girl, I'm gonna text my ex." It's that time, right? So expect exes come back from the dead. You're going to be reaching out to them too. Just know that whatever usually starts or finishes in the retrograde, it will be the flip. So if you break up during retrograde, 9 times out of 10, I've noticed that people get back together again. Or if you get back with your ex during retrograde, honey, that ain't usually. I mean, depending on your chart, right? 9 times out of 10, I've seen that once the retrograde is over, the Mercury retrograde glasses come off. You're like, what the fuck was I doing? So there is that. So just bear that in mind, okay? Uh, but this is a great time to revisit like old passion projects too. So if you've got your own business or you're thinking about starting a side hustle, this is a great time to put energy back into that again. There could be miscommunication with clientele. If you do have your own business, there could be like surprise money coming in and surprise money going out too. All right. Then it'll move into your fourth house, right? So there could be secrets being revealed as Scorpio rules your fourth house. And before I move forward, obviously Sagittarius is your fifth house, and so there could be some. If you are in an established bond, there could be some like heated debates coming up with you guys. You two guys are fire signs. You know what I mean? So this is like with a double whammy when it comes to combativeness. So bear that in mind because Mars is going to be in fifth house too, right? And this is going to be all to do with saying what you think, not giving AF about the other person. So, like I said in the intro, if you haven't listened to the intro, make sure you listen to the intro. This is about listening before speaking. Okay. Alrighty. And so then it'll go back into your fourth house, which is your Scorpio house, to do with home, family, where you live. And so this is like a huge transformational period for you guys where you're going to be having some like profound conversations around family, with family, okay? Secrets being revealed, there could be money stuff coming up, there could be talk about, shared finances when it comes to family, there could be a lot of transformational stuff, there could be something where you a parent or someone you look up to, or a family dynamic that needs to be healed. All right, rewriting your foundations around family too, both literally and energetically as well. As Mercury comes back into the fourth house, you may even think, oh, actually, before I even say what I'm going to say, Mercury in the fourth house, retrograde, like appliances around the home, they will break. They will shut down. Like your ex won't work, the oven will stop working. What else? The light fittings are going to fall off. Like literally, it's chaos. However, it's great to get organised when it comes to your home life. So you could be like, you know what? I've been thinking about putting all my clothes in charity that I don't use anymore, or reorganising my kitchen, or repainting the bathroom, whatever it is. Right? Great time to do that. Great time to do that. Okay. But yeah, there could be like some old family trauma that you haven't worked through that needs to be healed, which may come up for you guys during this transit. Okay, so watch out for that. Watch out for that. If you would like a personal reading with me, Astrology Tarot, hit me up. I'll leave all the information in the show notes. Just send me an email. It's like a 6-week waiting list on that. And if you want a 2026 transit reading, see what's happening for you in the year 2026, contact me, okay? And I'd love it if you'd like, subscribe, and share the channel, of course. All right, so thank you so much. If you are a Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, your ruler Mercury is retrograding from the 9th of November, right? Started its retrograde shadow period in October 16th, actually, at 22 degrees of Scorpio, and now it's going to retrograde back from Sagittarius to Scorpio, right? And starting in your fourth house, the house of home. So you're going to be going within for sure. Going within for sure. You may have to go back and see like you have to like you will be called to go back to your family home, for example. It could be like your family needs you, something, you know what I mean, or this, or you need them. There's some communication from somebody you haven't heard for a long time when it comes to your family. You know, it could be like, oh, I need to go back to my mum or my grandma or whatever it is because they need me. You know what I mean? Or there could be some communication stuff going on, or heated debate, or some triggering information which hasn't been dealt with. Mercury rules trips too, so you could literally be going on a trip with family to like a place you've visited. You know, a place you need to go to as kids, for example. You know what I mean? Or if it's not like a literal physical journey, it could be like, you know, like revisiting something in the past with your family or the people that you call home. All right. Some of you might be thinking about moving. Definitely a good time to renovate. Definitely a great time to start to finish old jobs around the house you left that you put off, you know. And then as it enters your third house, honey, this is your communication house. Okay, so the house of communication with the planet of communication, retrograding, your voice, your mindset, your conversations, powerful window to heal sibling relationships if you have those, or healing friendship wounds as well. Revising creativity, creative projects, writing projects. You may experience miscommunication with your friendship circle, with siblings if you have them, aunts and uncles, people in your community, neighbours. They're going to be acting up as well. So there could be some challenges around that. Challenges around friendship circles, challenges, delays, miscommunication, arguments, and combativeness around your local area, the people that you live near, live with, the people that you call your friends and family. This is all your local community, and how you get about. So your car might just break down. You know what I mean? So to make sure you check that, and also allow more time if you're traveling. Okay, you may go on short distance trips as well. If somebody you do that, allow more time for you to do that too. Okay, so make sure your passport's in date. Make sure all the checks are done for you to travel easily and safely. Okay, because Mercury retrograde, especially in the third house, does bring delays. Does bring delays. Okay, delays, mishaps, breakdowns, all the things. Okay, and also for you, because this is how you speak, people might not hear you properly, might not get you. All right. So allow for that. People don't always think like how you think, so allow time to listen before you speak too. Okay. If you would like a personal reading with me, I'll leave all the information in the show notes for you to hit me up for a tarot or birth chart reading. And if you would like a 2026 transit reading as well to see what the year 2026 holds for you, get in touch. Okay. And of course, I'd love it if you'd like to subscribe and share this channel. All right. Thank you. Alrighty. If you are a Libra Sun, Moon and Rising, I am one of you. I'm a Libra. If my microphone's still working, yes it is. Libras, we have planet communication retrograding in our house of communication, the third house, from the 9th of November. We've already started to feel the effects of this already, bringing miscommunication within our friendship group, miscommunication with the people that we chat to all the time, miscommunication with siblings, possibly. If you are traveling during this time, triple check your passport, your travel. I've had to change my flights about 4 times. Okay, because one thing or another, there's been hotel things going on. My apartment, I have 2 homes. My home in Spain, there's been issues with that. I've had to move into a hotel. It's all been going on. This is like third house shit. So as a Libra rising, I feel this with you, okay? So there could be some delays in communication. Allow extra timing as well. Allow extra. But I've been using the tube and stuff in Madrid. Like there's been so many things going awry. So there's that too, okay? If you work with anything to do with tech communication, allow time for that as well. For example, I uploaded all my videos on TikTok the other day. Some of them were taken down. Some of them the sound wasn't on. Some of them there was loads of glitches within my content. I had to redo it all. This is about redoing shit. Make sure you back up your files. One of my videos. some reason I hadn't recorded, so I had to redo a whole hour and a half video of somebody talking about their chart reading. That was annoying. This is the sort of thing that happened, right? So make sure your stuff is backed up, make sure you press record, make sure you've got storage and data, all that sort of stuff. Okay, how are you managing your time and energy? Third house things. Okay, miscommunication with neighbours, with friends, with people that you call your family. And then, if that wasn't enough, it will then dip back into your house of money. So this could be to do with like reflecting upon your values when it comes to your self worth. There could be opportunities coming back for you as well, because Mercury in the second house is about bringing you opportunities again. So it could be opportunity for you to, oh yeah, that opportunity that I missed before. This is the perfect time for that. Revisiting your, if you work for yourself, for example, you could be like, am I charging enough? Am I charging the right money for my fees? Maybe like I'm actually worth way more than this. So going over those as well. If you may think about asking for more money. If you're in like employment, you could be like, oh, actually, I want to speak to my employer about getting a raise because I'm worth more than this. So make sure you articulate in such a way that actually it's more beneficial to both parties, because there is blessings to be had here. You know what I'm saying? Especially because you have Jupiter in the 10th house as well at the moment. So this is a great time to ask for that. It will make a trine to you. So yeah, go for it, right? But this is a great time to reevaluate your values. For me, for example, as a Libra rising, I've been really reflecting upon my self worth and my self values, and doing the work on I am in Earth, and I am amazing, I am beautiful, I am gorgeous, and actually pouring some self love into me, because the more you can do that, the more you raise your vibration, what the amount of love that you give yourself and according with other people, that will actually raise the bar on how much abundance and money goes into your life too. Okay. So this is about re-energizing your finances, re-energizing your money, re-energizing your self-love and self-worth journey too. Okay. You may hear from an ex, because this is the third house of communication. So exes might be coming up to hit you up. You might be like, you know what, I'm gonna text my ex. So there is that as well. Okay. Just know that wherever you start or finish in retrograde, usually once the retrograde is over, it will flip. So it'll be like, okay, I've broken with my partner during retrograde, for example. I'll give you an example. You may reconcile after retrograde usually, or if you get back with an ex during retrograde, once the retrograde is over, the retrograde goggles come off, and you're like, what the hell was I doing? Oh my god, you haven't changed. Isn't that cute? Okay, so there's that too. All right, so if you would, I've just stabbed myself with the um, amethyst. If you would like a personal reading with me, hit me up. Okay, would that be a tarot or an astrology birth chart reading? Hit me up. I do have a 6-week waiting list on those. And if you want a 2026 transit reading to see what the best transits are for you for 2026, again, send me an email and get on the list. Okay, and I'd love it, of course, if you'd like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you so much. All right, who is next? If you are a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you are having the retrograde happening in your sign, honey. Starting in the second house, first house of your money, your finances, your work, your self belief, your values, right? Going back into your first house, we'll get to that in a second. Well, first of all, Scorpios. Mercury is going through your money house, right? So just watch out for money energetic leaks when it comes to your finances. Double check like you're not paying for like 10 subscriptions that you don't even use. Right, great time to get your finances in order. All right, getting some material stability. Focusing on your money, getting your ducks in a row. Right, am I overspending on this? Am I paying this thing I don't use? What am I doing with my finances? Right, there could be money owed to you which hasn't come in as well. You could be losing shit as well, because Mercury, the second house, is like your values. So you could be like, oh, I know a Scorpio, for example, who left their like digital equipment in another country, and they just forgot about it. I was like, shit, I've left my iPad, my laptop, my stuff in another country. I'm just going to have to get new ones, right? And it's that sort of thing, right? It's that sort of thing. So be mindful of your stuff and your resources. You may have like opportunities resurface from the past as well. It could be like an old employee hitting you up for work. So there's that as well. Do you want to go back there? Are you charging the right price for what you actually do? Like, could you be charging more maybe? Like you, because your self belief and self worth and your values are up for discussion here. Because actually, do you believe that you're worthy and deserving so much more because you so are, or are you undercharging because you don't value your services, you don't value you? Are you scared to charge more, ask for more? Actually, there's no limit. There's no limit what you can achieve. You know. Uh, so yeah, this is about your identity, your expression as well, because it goes back into your first house. So it goes into the house of you. It's like, okay. Oh yeah, this is when you go back into your first house. Not a good time to have cosmetic procedures. I wouldn't wait for anything like cosmetic surgery. I would wait after the retrograde. But however, if you've always had Botox, this is a great time to have Botox again. For example, I'm just using that as an example, right? If you have Botox already and you need to do it again, great time to do that. If something, I wouldn't say I've never had fillers before, so I want to go and have fillers. I would actually wait because you're gonna hate it. Not a great time to try out new style. All right, but if you're gonna be like, oh, you know what? In 10 years ago, I used to have like a mullet. I'm gonna go back and have a mullet again. I think that'll look good for you. So revisiting old styles, great for that. Great for that. Okay. Watch out for how you speak. Scorpios, you always speak with a sting anyway when needed. Pause before you unleash the wrath of Scorpio. All right, I love you guys. I love Scorpio energy. I'm Jupiter in Scorpio, so like I love Scorpio energy, and I'm a Scorpio. In Placidus, I have a huge Scorpio first house. All right, but yeah, this is about your identity. This is about how you show up, how others perceive you. Are you being are you being your true authentic self? Because honey, it's time to stop playing small. It's time to forget about other people's feelings. I think it's about being true to you. That doesn't mean you have to be an absolute savage, but it does mean you need to be open and honest about what you want, because what you want is important. Okay. What else do you want to say for you guys? Which one's the most hottest? Yeah. Um, triple check your travel documentation, your passport, any ID, any meetings that you have. Make sure you arrive early. Make sure you allow more time for things. Make sure you check the fine print on everything before you sign. Don't sign anything new. That's it. All right. If you have to, just double check. Double check. Get legal advice. Okay. If you'd like a personal reading with me, hit me up in the DMs. All right, if you want a tarot reading or a birth chart reading or both, right? I usually use tarot and astrology together. And if you want a 2026 reading, let's see what's going on for you the year ahead. About a 6-week waiting list on that, so make sure you email me to gather this for that, okay? And of course, I would love it if you'd like to subscribe and share the channel. Thank you so much. All right. Oh, hey, where are we? Ooh. If you are a Sagittarius rising, sun, and moon for you, you're the star of the show, honey. It's showtime. Retrograde in the first house, going back into the 12th house. Mercury stationing retrograde in your sign. So it's hugely personal for you. Expect huge shifts in how you communicate yourself and how you present yourself and communication ideas. So you could literally be miscommunicating everything at the moment. People are not hearing you. All right, people, you could be getting blockages from everywhere as well. Like, I'm trying to take 2 steps forward, but then because I'm doing that, I'm taking 10 steps back. This is your time to actually go within, because you go back into your 12th house. And so this is about going within. This is about rest. This is about taking a step back. This is about not trying to push forward. So Terry, I know it's hard for you to not push forward because you guys are like, shoot the arrow, fuck it, let's go. Especially because you have Mars going in your first house as well. You're going to be super, super driven to go forward. But Mercury retrograde has other ideas for you. So even though you're going to be going forward with your goals, dreams, and desires, it's going to be like that. Your arrows you shoot towards your destiny is actually going to be hitting. Your arrow is like this, right? Because retrograde, your arrow might even shoot off. The arrow might break. you know. Um, I feel like for you guys as well, like you may be traveling as well, because the retrograde will go back in the Mercury, the planet of movement is going from your first to your 12th house, and so 12th house rules long distance travel. So you might be traveling, you might have to travel, whether you want to or not. The 12th house also rules institutions as well, so you might be thinking about seeking therapy. It's a great time to go within. It's a great time to seek counsel. Great time to journal, to do shadow work, to work on your mental health. It's a great time to rest, retreat, and you may even step away from the world for a bit, because you want to actually recharge, recalibrate. The retrograde is a great time to refocus on what the fuck is it I actually want to be doing. Retrograde is about, okay, I want to reevaluate where I'm going. I want to reevaluate and realign with my actual purpose. Have I been listening to other people for too long? What do I actually want? You know, um, when Mercury goes back into the 12th house rules your subconscious fears. So it could be like some healing that needs to be done around that too. You know, healing around old fears. And when old fears are going to resurface subconscious beliefs, limiting beliefs. You know, you may be having some like deep dreams as well because when Mercury goes into the 12th house in retrograde as well, it's about receiving downloads from the universe. Your sleep could be all over the place as well at the moment. Let solitude guide you to clarity. Go within, listen to what you need, not what other people need. This is your time to reset because you're having this 12th house energy because before it's your season, Sagittarius season, we have Scorpio season, which is your 12th house, and so all the planets are going to be lining up in the 12th house. And so for you, this is about rest and recuperation. When for me, I'm a Libra rising, so I have when all the planets, when it's Virgo season, this is very 12th house heavy for me. So obviously this is my time to rest, retreat, recharge before I emerge into my season. Just know that before your season begins, this is your window of opportunity to rest, do the inner work, to plant the seeds, and then it's your time to shine, baby. All right. So what else do I want to say for you? Let's have a thing. So yeah. And so you may be revisiting old looks. You may be thinking, oh, you know what? I want to go back to how I used to have my hair a certain type of way, or I used to wear this sort of thing, or there could be communication coming in as well because this is the messenger god Mercury in your first house. So communication coming to you, secrets being revealed to you, something hidden being revealed to you. Opportunities to move somewhere will be revealed to you too. All right, so keep your eyes open for that. If you'd like a personal reading with me, hit me up. If you want a tarot or astrology reading with me, hit me up in the DM, send me an email. I'll leave all the information in the show notes for you, okay? And if you want a 2026 transit reading, see how 2026 can pan out for you, again, message me to get on the waiting list for that. There's like a 6-week waiting list at the moment. And of course, I'd love it if you'd like, subscribe, and share this video on the channel. Thank you. All right. And also, if you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, make sure you do. All right. All right. So, where are we? Oh, okay. If you are a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for you, we have Mercury retrograding in your 12th house, your hidden house, the subconscious, the house of retreat, of travel, spirituality, of your downfall, hidden enemies, going into the 11th house, your biggest goals, dreams, and desires and networks. All right. The spotlight is on your inner world, your dreams, your unconscious thoughts. So some of you might be going back into there could be a great time for you. Not a great time, as in great, a big moment for you to be more introspective and withdrawn. You may want to retreat from the world with this energy. When this planet's in the 12th house, it's like, you know what, I just want to be on my own. So it could be this energy where you're retreating from within. You know what I mean? Hidden messages from the universe. You might be doing things behind the scenes secretively to launch into your next chapter. But this is about doing the hidden work. 12 house is about journaling, it's about therapy, it's about doing the shadow work, it's about facing your fears, facing your demons, wherever you've been hiding. And this is about facing that head on before it moves back into the 11th house, where you're going to be thinking about your friendship and your community. Who are your real friends? Who are your ride or die? Who is your actual community? And are they actually, and are they saying are they doing what they're saying, or is it just words? Who is truly aligned with your path? And actually, what is your path? Because when the retrograde moves back into 11th house, it's like, well, what is it? What is my goal? What is my purpose? What have I been doing? Right? Am I in alignment? Am I in alignment to my dreams, goals, and desires? Am I acting in a way that's beneficial to me? Do I know where I want to be going? And it's okay if you don't know, because we're here to learn, right? You're always going to end up exactly where you're meant to be, no matter how the path looks. Taking inspired action all the time, knowing that it's like when you put your if you use like a GPS system, for example, and you put in your zip code, your postcode, whatever it is, to where you want to get to, and along the way you might accidentally take a wrong turning. You're always going to end up exactly the sat nav or the GPS will reroute you. So you'll still get to where you want to get to, but you might just take a more scenic route. So just trust that you're always exactly the right place where you need to be. All right. You may hear from old friends. Old friends may resurface because the 11th house rules a friendship circle, so it could be old friends coming back to help you. Or it might be that your network is expired. You're like, you know what, I'm done with these people. I want to reconnect with people who are my soul aligned collaborators, And this is a great time to go within and to think about my 12-month plan, my 5-year plan, my 10-year plan, whatever it is. Do your vision board, do your manifestation work, because you will be having, your new moon, your full moon at the start of the end of 2025 and beginning of 2026, for you to realign for your biggest goals, dreams, and desires. If you would like a personal reading with me, hit me up in the DMs. It'll be a birth chart reading or a astrology reading. Or if you want to know what's happening in 2026 for you, or a transit reading for the year ahead, again, hit me up, okay? And I'd love it if you'd like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you. Okay, where are we? Okay. If you... I was checking what Mercury Retrograde, or checking what microphones on. If you are a Aquarius sun, moon, and rising, I am one of you. I'm Aquarius sun. Shout out to my Aquarius. Girl, Mercury retrograde, plenty of miscommunication. In the 11th house, go back into your 10th house, okay? So for you, it's about rewriting your biggest goals, dreams, and desires, your community, how you show up, your friendship circle. So first of all, you might be hearing back off friends you haven't seen for a long time. For me, for example, I spoke about it in the intro, I bumped into a load of people I haven't spoken to for a long time. I'd rejoined an old gym I used to go to. This is like a retrograde thing, especially 11th house. 11th house is going back to somewhere like I used to. I used to train at a certain gym. I had like a special office. I rejoined it. I got there, and there was all these people who never used to go to that gym when I was there the first time. Who were there? I was like, oh my god, check you out! So that was really cool to realign with them. This is like 11. This is like 11th house stuff, right? Realign, joining groups again. This week I'm going back to my dance class I used to go to. I haven't been there for a minute. It's like doing things and going back to groups and social circles that you haven't done for a long time. Or it could be you reviewing. Oh, you know what? Like for me, for example, I'll go to this class on a Sunday, and it's like, it doesn't realign with me anymore. I'm not going to go there anymore. That's okay too, because I'm going to go somewhere else instead. And so it's about that. Allow wherever you're going, whatever groups and circles you're part of, allow yourself more time. And also, because this is the house of friendships, 11th house, give your friends more grace, because they're going to be saying shit. You're going to be saying shit, and you're going to be misunderstanding each other, and that's okay, because it's retrograde, okay? So speak to understand. I listen to what's being said. My microphone is on, and just allow other people to be imperfect too. That doesn't mean you have to be a doormat at the same time, because this is Sagittarius energy. Just know that everyone's going to be shouting things off. Be mindful not to gossip, because it'll bite you on the ass. Okay. Then Mercury re-enters Scorpio, which is your 10th house of work and your career. All right. And so your reputation as well, your reputation and your purpose. What you want, you're gonna be a fresh lease of life. Like, what is my purpose? What am I doing? Why am I here? Right? Your public role. So you may be thinking about changing careers. You'll be like, you know what? I have this passion project, this hobby, my side hustle. I want to make it into a career. This is. I don't think it's a great time to launch anything new. But it's a great time to do the groundwork for it, get the information for it, test the feelers out. There could be some delays when it comes to if you're launching a project at work. There could be delays. Also, as well, because Mercury in the 10th house is about miscommunication at work. So allow more time for business meetings. Make sure your Zoom camera is turned on and off when needed. Miscommunication with your boss, the people that you work with. There could be information coming out, data leakage. It could be like gossip at work coming out, shock news as well. Coming out as well around reputation, career, work, sole purpose, all that stuff. All right. If you've been unclear about what your life purpose is, this is a great time to meditate on that, to journal on it, and think about, where do I see myself? If you could wave a magic wand right now and everything could be exactly how you want it, how would your life look? And then don't think about the how. Just trust that all I have to do is put my energy into the feeling of how you're looking at how that's to earth, and then take inspired action every day to go towards your dreams, goals, and desires. Okay, good luck. If you'd like a personal reading with me, hit me up in the DMs. I've got a 6-week waiting list. If you want a birth chart reading with me, a tarot reading with me, or both, I do both actually. Sometimes I do them together as well. Also, if you want a 2026 reading as to what's happening for you in 2026, that'll be a transit reading. Send me an email. I'll leave all the information in the show notes for you, okay? And of course, I'd love it if you follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all the things. And I would love it if you'd like, subscribe, and share the channel. Thank you. And leave me a comment. I love comments. Leave me a comment. All right. Last, but certainly not least, we have my beautiful Pisces. Pisces, rising sun and moon. We have the official date, 9th of November. Mercury retrograde path is moving into, well, we'll stop at your 10th house, then back into your 9th house, okay? Triggering themes around your career, your reputation, your visibility, and your long-term goals, right? You might be rethinking your goals around work and how you show up at work. Okay, and actually before any of that, make sure your client list is backed up. Okay, make sure all your calendars, your diaries, your messages, everything is backed up, locked, secure, side, because during retrograde season that could all go awry. You know, so there could be miscommunication with clientele. Make sure all the payments are set in the right places. Make sure all your payments and ducks in a row. You could hear from old clients. I always find when you have retrogrades with like 10, 8, 10,000, 8,000, 7,000, 6,000 stuff, and 5,000 too. Old clients can resurface as well, and that can be quite redundant too. But this is also you thinking about how do I want to come across. You could be saying goodbye to an old version of you, so you can move forward fully into the new version of you. And we're ever changing. This never stops. Not just because of retrograde. It never stops. Okay. This is your like when we go from 10th house to 9th house as well. The 9th house is all about your beliefs. This is about your spirituality. This is about what you believe to be true about life and about yourself. So you could be like starting a new spiritual journey or a new chapter where you're stepping into your own power and you're going to be doing mercurial things such as journaling, breath work, tapping, such as therapy, seeking a new therapist. 9th house, spiritual beliefs. 9th house is rule psychology, rule therapy too, as well as the 12th, because this is a Sagittarius ruled house traditionally, and it's about spiritual beliefs. So it could be like, you know what, I used to do angel cards every day. I want to go back on that again, or I am bored of my therapist. I want to see a new therapist again. This is all this sort of stuff, right? This is your desire to expand and become the person that you truly want to believe, truly want to be. This is about you learning more about you, learning about your life, learning about how you tick. You may decide to go on a spiritual retreat. You may want to go on a course. You might want to learn something. You might have to do that for work. You might have to go on a work course, or you may be called to present at work too. If you do, make sure that your PowerPoint's backed up. Yeah. But be open to unlearning old shit and let the mystery of life guide you. Just because you do things a certain way doesn't mean that doesn't mean they're wrong, but doesn't mean they're right either. And also, 10th house Mercury retrogrades, like, if there was ever a time to be explosive at work, this will be it. Mars is going to be here as well. So wear red at work, eat red foods, neutralize that energy, and wait for the retrograde to be over before you explode. Okay, but great time to put, Mars, in the 10th house is great for putting that passion back into you and into your passion projects and into your career as well and into your reputation. You can be like, you know what, I'm a boss bitch, whether I'm working or not. Whatever I do, I want to be someone who is determined and driven and passionate about how I come across, who I am, and about me and my life. Because if you can't be passionate about your life, then nobody is, right? So yeah, review, reset, and just fucking go for it, honey. If you'd like a personal reading with me, hit me up in the DMs. Leave my email in the show notes for you to book a reading with me. I've got a 6-week waiting list. Whether you want to do a birth chart reading, a tarot reading, or both, because I like to link them all together. And if you want a 2026 transit reading with me, again, contact me and get booked on the 6-week waiting list. I'd love it if you leave a comment, like, subscribe, share, all the things. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok. Love it if you do that, all right? Thank you so much for listening to this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love you.